Good morning, grade threes. For those of you who are unsure who I am, my name is Mrs. Anthony and I am teaching Mrs. McPhail's class while she is on maternity leave. This morning we are going to start your first online teaching video and we are going to be learning all about place value. Now you all know what this is already because you've done it in grade 1 and in grade 2. I'm going to share my screen with you so that we can all have a look at the presentation together. Right, let's first see or talk about what place value is. Right, place value is the value of each individual digit within a number. I know that you are familiar with the word digit because you spoke about it in grade 2. And it is based on where exactly that digit is within the number. You've also already learned about units and ones. You've learned about tens and hundreds. Now we're going to look at a few examples. Let's look at the number 243. We can break that number up, or we can say that that number has 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 3 units, or ones. We can have a look at it in picture form, and we've got 2 of these yellow blocks. Each of the blocks represent 100. We have got 4 rows of the unit of the tens, and we have got 3 blocks or cubes that represent units. We can write it out in numbers and words with 2 hundreds plus 4 tens plus 3 ones. And then we are going to look at writing it out in something called expanded notation. Now that's the new term that we are learning today. Expanded notation. We've written 200 plus 40 plus 3. Let's have a look at a different number. We've got the number 129. It is one group, 100, 2 groups of tens, and 9 units or ones. We've got 1 block of 100, 2 blocks of tens, and 9 units or ones. If we write it out with numbers and words, we've got 100, 2 tens, and 9 ones. And in expanded notation, we write it as 100 plus 20 plus 9. Another example we can look at, the number 316. We have 300s, we have 110, and we have 6 units or ones. If we use the blocks to depict this number, we have 300s, we have 110, and we have the 6 units. If we write it out, 300 plus 110 plus 6 ones. And in expanded notation, 300 plus 10 plus 6. It's all super easy. Now we're going to break down or write these numbers in expanded notation. You're just going to look and listen with me. You can shout out the answer if you like, but you don't need to write anything down. So we are going to take 395 and break down the number, write it in expanded notation. We will write it as 300 plus 90 plus 5. We've split it up into the hundreds, the tens, and the units. Let's look at 528. We're simply going to write 500 plus 20 plus 8. For 67, we will write 60 plus 7. There are no hundreds in that number. 812, we write 800 plus 10 plus 2. And 104, we write 100 plus 0 plus 4. There are no tens in that number. So you can either write it like that, or you can simply say 100 plus 4. A different way of doing place value, let's look at the value of the underlined number. In this example, we have the number 422, and the 2 is underlined. The value of that is just 2. It is a unit. The next number, 136. The 1 is underlined and it's in the hundreds column. So the value of the 1 is 100. Our next number is 773. The 7 is underlined, which means the value, and it's in the hundreds column, the value is 700. 194, the number that is underlined is the 9. It's in the tens column, which means its value is 90. Then we have 502. The underlined number is the 0. Now, that has got, it's in the tens column, and there are 0 tens. So the value for that number would be 0. Okay, another way of doing place value, we are going to build up the numbers. So we broke them down into expanded notation. We are now going to build them back up again. The number, that's the sum, says 200 plus 10 plus 5. Easy sum. 215. Then we've got 40 plus 100 plus 3. Those numbers are not written in order of hundreds, tens, and units. They're all muddled up, but it's an easy addition sum. The answer is 143. Next, we've got 8 units plus 7 hundreds. Here we can see that there are no tens. There are 8 units and there are 7 hundreds. So we start with the hundreds and we have 7 of them. 708. There are no tens in that number. The next one, 1 plus 300 plus 60. Also muddled up. We can see that there are 3 hundreds, there are 6 tens, and 1 unit. Our number is 361. The last one of these, 9 tens and 4 hundreds. There are no units in this number, so we have 490. Okay, let's have another look at a different way of doing place value. We're now going to circle the numbers. So I'm going to give you lots of numbers in a line and we have to circle the ones with 5 tens. If we look at the first number, 547, there are only 4 tens. The next number, 152, we have got 5 tens in that number. The next number is 650. Again, we have got 5 tens. We can circle it. The next number, there are no tens in that. The number is 205. We can't circle it. The next number is 505. Again, there are no tens. We can't circle it. And the last number is 355. We can circle it. There are 5 tens. Okay. I'm going quite quickly, but you guys are familiar with all of this. Right, 3 units. Okay, our first number is 203. There are 3 units in that number. We can draw a circle around it. 330, no units. 113, 3 units. 936, there are 6 units. 133 has got 3 units, and 443 has also got 3 units. Right, next we need to circle the numbers with 4 hundreds. Okay, 184. That number does not have 4 hundreds. The next number is 401. It has got 4 hundreds. The next number is 944. It doesn't have 4 hundreds. Then we look at 432. Yes. 414 also, and 444 also has got 4 hundreds, 4 tens, and 4 units. Okay, our next row we are looking for 6 hundreds. Our first number is 654. We can circle it. Then we've got 611. We can circle it. 967, 166, 688, yes, and 626, yes. All right, our last row, we are looking for the numbers with no tens, 0 tens. So 220 has got 2 tens. 404 has got no tens, so let's circle it. Then our next number is 900. There are no tens. We can circle it. Our next number is 501. also no tens. 765, there are 6 tens, and 390, there are 9 tens. Okay, now a different way of doing place value, we're going to fill in the missing number to complete the sum. So again, they are like addition sums. They are addition sums. We've got 300 plus something plus 1 equals 371. This one is nicely in order for us. We've got the hundreds first, then we are missing out on the tens. So we need, if we look at the answer here, we've got 7 tens. Okay, 7 tens is 70. Our answer is 70. Right, the next row, we've got 20 plus 500 plus something equals 529. We've got the hundreds, we've got the tens, we don't have the units. How many units are in this number? 9 units. So we write the 9. Our next row, 4 plus 90 plus something is 194. We've got the units, we've got the tens, we don't have the hundreds. Quite simply, we look and there is 100. Our next row, we've got 10 plus 400 plus something, and our answer is 410. We've got the hundreds, we've got the tens. Do we have units? We don't even have units in this number. So what are we going to write? A 0. And our last one, we've got 60 plus something plus 8 equals 168. Okay, we have not got the hundreds, we've got the tens, and we've got the units. So we write in 100. Okay, good job. Right, we're going to do a quick recap of one more number of all the things that we've covered today. The number is 425. We can say that there are 4 hundreds, there are 2 tens, and there are 5 units or ones. We've got 4 of the 100 blocks. We've got 2 of the tens, and we have got 5 of the units or the ones. 4 hundreds plus 2 tens plus 5 ones. And in expanded notation, we write that as 400 plus 20 plus 5. Right, grade 3s, we have been through all the slides. There is one last page or slide for you guys to look at, and I want you to pause the video when I'm finished talking. You're going to pause it on this, or you're going to take a screenshot, because this is now the page showing all of the work that you are going to do. You can write on a piece of paper from mum and dad, and you're going to start with the black writing. And you are going to write those numbers in expanded notation. You are going to break them down. Then you are going to write the value of the underlined number, the blue writing. Okay, there are 5 of those. Then you're going to go to the purple writing, build up these numbers. So you're going to build the numbers up again. Then you go to the green writing, and you are going to fill in the missing numbers to complete those sums. And lastly, you go to the red writing, where you are going to write down the numbers with 6 tens, 2 units, 5 hundreds, 0 tens, and 9 units, just like you watched me do on all those other slides. So I want you to maybe take a break, stretch, keep your video paused as soon as I'm done talking, and you're going to sit down quietly and you're going to get your brain working again and do a little bit of maths. I will see you guys very soon. I hope you have lots of fun doing your work, and I hope you are staying safe and staying home. See you guys all soon.